So I think we got one more point here to talk about before we wrap things up.
Yeah, I guess we do have to address in this, like, why it's being mandated topics that to acknowledge that not every employee wants to work remotely. I think we've touched on this, maybe the first or second conversation. Yeah, the stats, these were from July in 2024. 19% of 55 to 64-year-olds offered remote work didn't take it, compared with 12 to 13% of younger workers. So the younger workers were more likely to take that remote offer. So it was
Yeah, so
interesting.
I think just like anything, remote work isn't for everybody. Some people are going to like it more than others, and just typically it depends on what are their circumstances. Are they comfortable with technology? Do they have an environment where it's easy for them to be able to work remotely? Like we talked about in the why it was being implemented, it's if you don't have good internet at home, that's typically a huge barrier to you being able to work remotely. So that there's certain like minimal things you need. And if there's people that are always at home, maybe it's young children or older adults, and it's just very loud. I've had to deal with those things here and there in the past, and it's not always easy to work around some of those things.
Well, and the other thing I was thinking of, the familiarity with the tools. There is, can you upload the files you need to? Are you very fluent with the different applications that you're using? Can you do a bit of tech troubleshooting on your own? All of that plays into it. Is when you're in the office, if you're having trouble with your printer or your internet or something like that, odds are there's going to be someone who can help you. Maybe it's somebody, on your little cubby row, or you've got an IT department that's on site, or a number you can call, but you can get help. So I could see where some people are not going to be comfortable with that of, oh, let me troubleshoot what's going on with my video. Is it the speed? Is it all of that? You're self-supporting in the technology department. So if you're at home, so I could see where some people just aren't comfortable with that.
Yeah, I was not surprised by that stat. That seemed about if I had a guess, I would have guessed that. So the people that are closer to retirement, the people that have probably never worked remotely except like they were forced to do it during the pandemic and maybe hated every second of it. Yeah, I could definitely see, look, I just have a couple more years. I just want to be in the office. I'll be home a whole lot in a couple more years.
And within that number, that definitely will account for some people are quite extroverted and thrive on that social aspect. They're like, if you think of that 55 to 64-year-old demographic, some of them could have, maybe they're divorced, maybe they've lost their spouse, maybe work is a part of their social network. They like the social part of it. They like being around people. And so, yeah, they're like, being at home by myself just does not work. So, as you mentioned, you could have people in your space that could make it quite noisy and it's not appropriate. Another thing, maybe there's nobody there and the office is a place for you to socialize. So, that totally tracks. I was not surprised by that information.
Yeah, I think this closes us out on our conversation on the possibilities of why remote work is being mandated against. What do you think? Do you have any other possibilities that maybe we didn't mention? Let us know. Our next pair of conversations in the series, we're going to go into the types of remote work. We've touched on these throughout already, but we'll go into more details on fully remote work in part 5. And then in part 6, we'll explore hybrid work.